What makes a footballer not only great, but legendary? To answer that, let's turn back the clock to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, where on September 22, 1976, Ronaldo Luís Nazário de Lima, known universally as Ronaldo, saw the world for the first time. He has a father called Nélio, and a young mother called Sofia. He is considered the third child in that family after his sister Jan, and his older brother Nélio Jr. The Brazilian's family was very involved in life's activities in order to provide for their day, which made it very difficult for young Ronaldo to go to school like others his age. Because that poor family was in greater need of money, the child Ronaldo went out to work. At first he worked as a street vendor and then he began working as a porter, but it was okay if he wasted some time playing football from time to time. At the age of 11, his father separated from his mother due to his addiction to drinking alcohol. But this divorce did not affect the young man, who loved his father, who always encouraged him to play football, especially since his mother saw this game as nothing but a waste of time. It was in the busy, vibrant streets of Pinto Ribeiro, a modest suburb, that Ronaldo took his first steps, literally and figuratively, towards becoming a football icon. Ronaldo grew up in a financially challenged family and found solace and expression in football, a sport that resonated in the alleys and squares of his neighborhood. It wasn't just a match for young Ronaldo, it was a lifeline, a way out of the hardships that characterized his early years. His natural talent was undeniable as he eluded friends and foes alike on dusty pitches, his eyes always focused on an imaginary goal. From these humble beginnings, a star was born who was destined to leave an indelible mark on the world of football. Ronaldo was a phenomenon, like his generation in Brazil. He breathes football, and because he regularly played football in the street with his young friends, a scout saw him one time and nominated him to play for the Brazilian club Cruzeiro in 1993. One of Ronaldo's most memorable performances at Cruzeiro came in a match against Bahia in 1993. He scored 5 goals to lead his team to a landslide victory. At just 16 years old, he wasn't just playing. He was redefining what a striker could do. His acceleration, power, and goal-scoring instinct were amazing. In an amazing spell at Cruzeiro, Ronaldo scored 44 goals in 47 matches. Each goal not only pushed his team forward but also etched his name into the minds of football fans and pundits alike. International scouts were soon flocking to watch this remarkable play, each performance building more hype that something special was unfolding. As the world began to notice, Ronaldo was on the verge of global stardom. Indeed, Ronaldo wore the Brazilian team's shirt in only 2 seasons, as he did not wait long to be the focus of attention of clubs and teams in the old continent, Europe. Ronaldo left Brazil in 1994 heading to Europe, where he remained until 2008, deciding to eventually return to conclude his career there. The phenomenon Ronaldo moved between many prestigious European clubs, winning championships and titles with most of them, and certainly enhancing his individual titles with their shirts. He also helped the Brazilian national team win the 2002 World Cup. Brazilian Ronaldo's journey in Europe begins with a bold leap when he is 17 years old. Picture the enthusiastic young Ronaldo crossing the Atlantic to join PSV Eindhoven in the Netherlands. It was here in the powerful European leagues that Ronaldo began to carve his legacy. In his first season, he wowed fans and critics alike. He participated in the Dutch team's jersey for 2 seasons in a row and succeeded in scoring 42 goals in the league and 54 goals in various competitions. At that time, he was coaching PSV Eindhoven, veteran Englishman Sir Bobby Robson. Sir Robson left Eindhoven to travel to Spain, specifically to FC Barcelona, but he did not go to Catalonia empty-handed, as he began to take the phenomenon Ronaldo with him to the Blaugrana as well. Ronaldo shined remarkably with the Catalan club in the season he spent inside the walls of Camp Nou, where he scored 47 goals in the 49 matches he played with the Blaugrana. The following season, the Brazilian moved from Barcelona to Inter Milan to begin a new phase in his football career, and it was indeed an impressive phase, so much so that in the black and blue jersey he was called the Phenomenon for the first time. Ronaldo spent a good first season with Inter Milan, and at the end of it he participated with Brazil in the World Cup, before losing the title in the final match to the French national team with a score of 3-0. But his second season was very bad, after Al Dahira suffered a very serious injury. After suffering a rupture in the cruciate ligament in the knee, he was absent from the Italian team until he returned in the 2000 season. After returning from that damned injury, he only participated in 7 matches with Inter Milan before suffering a complete tear in his right knee tendon, an injury that might have wiped out his entire career, but he returned. In the summer of 2002, he listened to the advice and left Italy completely after he received an unreturnable offer from Real Madrid, and there he spent the best seasons of his football career. He helped the Merengues win the Spanish League title in its first season, in addition to winning the Intercontinental Cup title. In his last period with Los Blancos, Lila Capello began coaching the white team, which decided to completely exclude Ronaldo from its squad, causing the Brazilian to decide to leave Spain again. Al-Dahira returned to Italy, but this time through Milan in 2007, and what helped him adapt quickly to the Rossoneri was the presence of his Brazilian compatriot, Ricardo Kaká. In his first season with Milan, he scored 7 goals in only 14 matches in which he participated with the Italian team, and he succeeded in winning the European Super Cup and the Club World Cup at that time. In the following season, it seemed that the curse of Italy came back to knock on his doors, after he suffered an injury again, after participating in 6 matches with the Italian team, and this time his injury was a complete tear in the tendon of his left knee. In December 2008, the Brazilian wanted to put a good end to his career, so he returned to the Brazilian team Corinthians after the expiration of his contract with Milan, which was not renewed in the end, becoming a free player. Ronaldo played for the Brazilian Corinthians jersey until 2011, and after his team bid farewell to the Copa Libertadores Championship at the hands of Deportes Tolima, the phenomenon Ronaldo finally came out to announce his retirement from football, after a busy career that spanned almost 18 years. Ronaldo later turned to investment and announced the purchase of a number of clubs, including a club in Brazil and another in the Spanish League. Ronaldo appeared in a press conference in which he was very emotional. He announced at the time that he was suffering from an underactive thyroid gland, which often caused him severe pain. All of this contributed to his decision to retire early. The presence of any deficiency in the thyroid gland may in turn slow down the metabolism, which in turn contributes to significant weight gain. Everyone remembers Ronaldo's emotional statement with certainty, when he said, "It is difficult to leave something that made me happy one day. My mind wants me to continue, but I must admit that I have lost my body. My head wants to continue, but my body cannot bear anymore. I always think about movement, but I am not able to do it the way I want. It's time to go. Ronaldo won the Copa America title twice with the Brazilian national team, in the 97th edition and the 99th edition. Ronaldo also won the World Cup title with the Brazilian national team twice in its history, the first of which was in the 1994 edition, despite him not appearing primarily with the Samba battalion. But the second time, he lifted the World Cup with the Selecao, and he was the top scorer in the World Cup and the top scorer for the Brazilian national team in the same edition, with 8 goals, and he won the tournament's top scorer award at the time. Ronaldo also played for Brazil in the 2006 World Cup in Germany, and although Samba was eliminated from the quarter-finals at that time, the phenomenon succeeded during that edition in breaking the record of German Gerd Müller, the World Cup top scorer at the time, after he scored goal number 15 against Ghana, before Miroslav Klose later broke all records to top the list of all-time World Cup scorers with 16 goals. He won the Brazilian Cup with Cruzeiro in 1993. He won the Mineiro Championship with Cruzeiro in 1994. He won the Dutch Cup with PSV Eindhoven in 1996. He won the Dutch Super Cup with PSV Eindhoven in 1996. He won the Spanish Kings Cup with Barcelona in 1997. He won the European Cup Winners' Cup with Barcelona in 1997. He won the Spanish Super Cup with Barcelona in the 96-97 season. He snatched the European Cup title with Inter Milan in the 97-98 season. He won the Spanish League with Real Madrid twice. He won the Intercontinental Cup with Real Madrid. He won the Spanish Super Cup with Merengue. He won the Paulista Championship in 2009 with Corinthians. He won the Brazilian Cup in 2009 with Corinthians. He won the World Cup with the Brazilian national team twice, in 1994 and 2002. He won the silver medal as World Cup runner-up with Brazil in the 1998 edition. He won the Copa America title twice in 1997 and 1999. He won the Copa America silver medal in the 1995 edition with Brazil. He won a bronze medal with Brazil at the 1996 Summer Olympics. The World Player of the Year award was presented by FIFA 3 times, 1996, 1997, and 2002. Ballon d'Or as the best player in Europe in 1997 and 2002. 2002 World Cup Top Scorer Award with 8 goals. Golden Shoe Award as the best scorer in Europe in 1996. Top scorer in the Spanish League, twice in the 1996 and 1997 seasons. Top scorer in the Dutch League in the 1995 season. BBC Sports Personality of the Year in 2002, Laureus Sports Award in 2003 for his return to his usual level after a serious injury, Best Player Award in the Brazilian League in 2009, Silver Shoe as the second best scorer in Europe, twice in the 1997 and 2002 seasons, Best Player and top scorer in the 1991 South American Junior Championship. In the end, I say that Ronaldo, had it not been for the injuries, would have been a disaster on the ground. Ronaldo is truly the best in football. He cannot be compared to any football player. Ronaldo, the phenomenon, remains an immortal symbol whose spirit transcends the boundaries of the field.